Peace, family. It's the Wink Column Cast. Look, we're about to do the Kev Wink Dev show. I got my boys here. D. Will, Devin Williams, D. Green, Donnell Green, a.k.a. Wink Man. Say something to the people.
What's going on with y'all, man? It's Dev. How y'all doing today?
What's up, family? It's your boy Wink. Don't blink.
I hear you, bro. Don't blink. For them folk out there who been blinking, though, you know what I mean? We about to come at y'all. We about to let you know what happened when your eyes was closed. You know what I mean? Now, we had NFL free agency. It was a lot of fun, but the biggest story from it is Brady going to the Bucs. We're going to start there because I got a lot to say. Y'all ready for that?
Let's go ahead and get it, man.
Ready.
All right, so look, I feel like I've been feeling this way for a long time, you know what I mean? I feel like Brady really is the catalyst to the whole New England thing. And I'm about to break this down to y'all, and then I want to hear what y'all got to say, all right? So look, as the defensive coordinator of the Giants, all right, Belichick got 2 rings, 86 and 90. And the 91 was an upset because the Bills had that good offense, right? So that game plan went to the Hall of Fame. If you stop right there, Belichick is in the Hall of Fame off the strength of that. All right. I'm gonna give him his props, right? But we gotta talk about him as a head coach. 36 and 44 in 4 years as the Browns head coach. That's 45% win percentage, right? 5 and 11 in his first year as the New England head coach, right? Then 0-2 to start 2001, Brady's first year when Brady, he played in that second game, but he didn't start, right? So that means, right, that when Tom Brady came in, from that moment, Tom Brady went 219 wins to 64 losses. That's 77% in the regular season. 30 wins, 11 losses in the postseason. That's 73%. Both are the most wins ever. Belichick before Brady. This is Browns in New England. 41 and 57. That's 41%. Now, if I give you the Matt Castle year when Brady got hurt, that's 10 and 5. That's 51 and 62. That's still 45%. Then if I give you the 3 and 1 when Brady got suspended for Deflategate, that's 54 and 63. That's 46%. If I give you all of Belichick's games without Brady, we got a 46% win percentage. To me, that's the argument right there, but I want to hear what y'all got to say. Who is the man around town?
So I'll go ahead and start off. Definitely, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So I can't dispute any numbers you have. However, when you bring up all them records, you talk about the Giants. Yeah, he was a defensive coordinator there, 86-90, like you said. They won the Super Bowl. However, when you bring up the Browns, what coach has a winning record with the Browns? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He went to the Browns. It wasn't good there. But however, and also when it comes to that, what's Brady's record without Belichick? We've never seen Brady without Belichick.
We about to see.
And also, when it always comes to my argument, we always talk off, and within ourselves. My whole thing is not just Belichick, because Belichick runs that defense, and that defense always has been stout. But Josh McDaniels, to me, is a complete genius. Me being a Packers fan, I was hoping we would get him. Not mad at Matt LaFleur, but Josh McDaniels definitely takes those 5 to 7 yard dunks and turns them into 15 to 20 yard, yak yards after the catch. So to me, I always get torn to this. I think Brady is the greatest of all time. I also think Belichick is the greatest of all time. But we're just going to have to see. You know what I mean? We're going to have to see. But I'm gonna have to go with Belichick for when I
was about to say, I thought you was going with C. I thought it was A or B, and you was about to throw C option out there. What you gotta say about that, Wayne?
Oh man, yeah, this is where I'm torn in between the two, but I just had to say I'm just gonna go with both because
there goes C right there.
That's what I'm saying. Because
I'm not mad at C.
From what I've seen on the field, for every discount Brady took, you have to take every discount because he's the quarterback of the offense. Belichick could not play any position on the defense. Or, I mean, like, he's the greatest coach, but he can't play the defense. Therefore, you have to give him some money, because how else would he do what he do? But on separate teams, I just feel as though Brady was so much of the offense. Stidham, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm rooting for Cam to go there, rooting for Cam. I don't know. You never know. But and the Bucks, I mean, listen, man, I am the hugest Brady supporter. Like, and I don't know. The offense is going to make Brady look like Brady. I mean, Brady is great, but then, I mean, you got Mike Evans, Pro Bowl, Chris Godwin, Pro Bowl. I mean, the whole offense is stacked. But that defense, I have to see how it was a top 10 defense. I give you that. But I got to see Brady without Belichick. And I don't know. That coach is just the greatest of all time. And I feel as though Brady is the greatest of all time. So I don't know.
So how about we do this? I'm going to ask y'all this real quick on this subject, right? Then, all right. Would anything that happened this year change your feelings? Like, can this new situation change your feelings at all?
I believe we have to give this 2 years to be fair to both parties, because Belichick is dealt. He's really dealt a bad hand in this part. I mean, like, Brady is going to. Bruce Arians is a great offensive mind. Then you have the offense that he has. I mean, the team is set up for Brady to basically go to the playoffs. I mean, they should have got there last year. Belichick, I mean, like I say, I don't know who his quarterback is going to be. So it's like, it's a carousel, but I trust him more than anything. So it's like, you don't know.
All right. What you got to say?
Yeah. I mean, to Wink's point, Belichick has definitely dealt the worst hand in this situation. As we know, in the NFL, it's a quarterback-driven league, and all the Bucks was missing last year was at least, negative 10 interceptions that Jameis Winston threw. You know what I'm saying? And Brady's going to go in there and not throw those interceptions, and get them to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Belichick, on the other hand, they were, 7 positions where they needed assistance with Brady, and Brady actually took them to the playoffs and got them, winning record with that stout defense again that Belichick ran.
Hey, but I can't let y'all get away with that, man, because how Belichick get dealt a bad hand? He the one who dealing the cards. He the GM.
He is dealing the cards. He is the GM. However, I mean, the defense was like that. The defense they had Stephon Gilmore. They had them folks doing what they were supposed to do. You know what I mean? Even though me personally throughout the year, I kind of thought that the schedule, made it in their favor as far as the Patriots defense. However, you got Defensive Player of the Year on that side. He did that. You know what I'm saying? Even throughout the years, as far
signing from the Bills.
Exactly. Even throughout those years, as far as, what the Super Bowls they have, as far as, the Mike Vrabels and, all those guys, the Rodney Harrisons who he had on his squad. A lot of championships early on definitely, was built on that defense, which is Belichick. However, this is a quarterback-driven league. Tampa Bay has their quarterback. I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback with the Patriots right now. But the thing is also, though, is that man, like I said, he brought all the groceries, which includes the offense. That's his job too. You know what I mean? And if I'm Brady, I might be looking at him like, bro, that's your job as well. And it don't look like you doing it right because, I am 42 years old. Right. You know what I mean? I can't carry these. I can't do it with the Troy Browns of the world and stuff like that anymore. That's one of my feelings on it. But I'll say this. I'm doing a little bit of research. You know what I mean? When Belichick arrived in Cleveland, they still had Bernie Kosar. In 93, he cut him. Dallas signed Bernie Kosar, who ended up playing 4 games down the stretch run and helped Dallas win the Super Bowl. So are we about to see that again? Are we about to see Belichick once again just not having that respect he should for a great player, not having a backup plan either, even though he went to the playoffs the next year with that team? That's all I'm asking.
So I'm gonna just end on this. Wink said 2 years. I don't know if I
say
got
2 years too. I
so
say
2 years.
Because this year coming up, I don't feel like it's fair for Belichick. Because me, I just even this past year they didn't have the squad that would have took them to the promised land to me, offensively for sure.
I think in hindsight we know that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Like they had, and again, when you talk about Belichick, he brought in Antonio Brown, who was a head case, obviously.
Right.
He brought in Josh Gordon, who, if he just did what he was supposed to do, would have been straight. He had Julian Edelman did what he was supposed to do. He had the running backs back then, Burkhead, and of course James White, who won the MVP. In the
when
Super
you
Bowl.
make the choices and you the coach, though, either way, it's your fault.
And can also he added a number 1 defense. Like at the end of the day, like my
Yeah, the
Tom
defense.
Brady is the GOAT. He is the GOAT in my eyes, but if you put Cam out there, I don't know. Like what Brady had out there, right? He didn't have enough, but Brady is the one that we always say could do the most with less. So I feel like I don't know. Like you saying, Cam, like, is he getting over the hill? So it's like, if you put a guy like Cam, what happens if he goes to the Patriots? Will he make the Patriots with a number 1 defense? And then you put Cam out there. Are the Patriots in the playoffs next year? It's like, I don't know. It's like,
we don't know.
You don't know.
We won't know unless that happens. So we'll have to make that a conversation for another day. But speaking on Cam, we will be talking about that young man. You know what I mean? So look, let's with that being said, man, we sit up here, we're talking about Patriots, Bucks. One of those teams didn't make the playoffs last year, being the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think that's an easy choice to say, all right, based on free agency right now, what I know without seeing the draft, I can say maybe Tampa Bay is going to now be a playoff team. So we can take them off the list. But outside of that team, one thing I want to do is talk about one team from each of us that we feel like could be a playoff team. I'm going to go ahead and just say, because I wanted to say the Broncos, but I was like, you know what? I want to find something a little bit more out there, a tad bit more. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say the Raiders, man. I'm going to say that Derek Carr develops another year. The weapons with Delaney. Why did I say Delaney Walker? What's my boy's name? Somebody help me, damn it.
Your boy, Darren Waller.
My boy, Darren Waller. They had one of my favorite players from the draft last year, Max Crosby, played really well before he got hurt. I'm going to say that that's going to be the team. I like some of the things they did in free agency. They've shored up their defense a little bit. I'm going to go with them. Who y'all got?
Yeah, so my pick this year, like you said, I will also want to go with Denver. I also want to go with the Jets. And of course, like you said, the obvious choice was Tampa, but I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals, man. I mean, the things Kyler Murray was able to do, especially down the stretch, kind of opened my eyes. Kev, you also opened my eyes to that as well. After that narrow loss to the Ravens, I think it was a 6 or 7 point loss to the Ravens.
Yeah.
He kind of showed me something there. And with Cliff Kingsbury, he likes to spread them out, like you say, 4 or 5 wide, just air that thing out. Even if it's running the ball, we're going to do it in shotgun.
Right.
And
all
however,
day. Relentless. They relentless with that.
Hey, all Cliff Kingsbury need is playmakers. And what did he get on the steal of the free agency was your boy Newt.
It's not even a steal when you open up the door for him, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, come on now.
The robber knocked on the door. He let him in.
Come on, dog. You get your boy DeAndre Hopkins, who's always been, we talk about him all the time, this in our conversations, and no lower than 3 best receiver in the league. Top 3, that is, best receiver in the league. So when you add him, of course, you keep Kenyon Drake. You know what I mean? You got Fitz staying for another year, who's going to now be a number 2 receiver. And then, hopefully Charles Clay can do something, out there or whatever. But also the issue with them to me is also that defense where Chandler Jones was the only, well, not really the only, but Chandler Jones carried that front 7 right there. Mm-hmm. And you have Patrick Peterson, who's in a contract year. And also my man Bubba Baker, who, was top 5 or 6, or I can't remember, whatever, in tackles. If you build on that defense right there and also protect Kyler Murray, which looks like they're going to do in the draft, then it's going to go. They had a lot of close games. They beat the Seahawks Lost to 49ers twice in a close game. Beat the Falcons. You know, it had a lot of close games. If you look at their record or whatever, it was a lot of close games. So that's my pick for the year. You know what I mean?
That's a good pick.
Just kind of throwing out there, but you know.
That's a good pick. Who you got, Winko?
Boy. If anybody knows me, they know I want to say my Giants so bad. But I'm going to be real. And like how I said about Belichick and Brady, why I think Belichick won't get to the promised land like how he's been, the team that will turn it around, and it will be fast. And I mean, call me crazy, but I believe it's the Miami Dolphins. I mean, you look at the team, they are stacked with picks. I mean, you have Josh Rosen still in your team. You're going to be able to ship, I mean, if they're smart, you're going to be able to ship him off to somewhere and gain some picks this year and use your, I mean, you have 2 first-round picks in the draft. You're going to get the quarterback you want. You're going to gain extra picks on top of the picks you have. You went in a free agency this year.
Okay? Phones are out.
And you grab Shaq Lawson. I mean, he's a pivot. He could be a pivotal piece to your defense. Not only did you add Shaq Lawson to your D-line, you add Emmanuel Ogbah. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl. I mean, hey, then you go out there and you also add to the Brian Flores defense, you add Kyle Vanoy. I mean, he's very versatile. He can play the pass. He can play the rush. I mean, he's very versatile.
Patriots coaches bringing in Patriots.
Exactly, as always. And to segue to that, they also bring in Ted Karras. I mean, that's a great. I mean, you need that for your offensive line. I mean, it's a solid piece. I mean, and also they went and dipped and dally in the NFC East. As I'm glad they took him away from the Eagles. They took Jordan Howard and also Camu Grugier-Hill. You know, so but all those and also on top of that, they took away Byron Jones from the Cowboys. I mean, and on top of that, and you also last year just paid Xavier Howard to be the highest paid cornerback. I mean, the team has a great defense. I mean, last year at the end of the year, you beat the Patriots. I mean, everything for the Dolphins is pointing upwards, and everything in the division. I mean, honestly, besides the Bills, is pointing down. I mean, I like the Bills also, but, you know, I'm going with the Dolphins. Dolphins going to turn it around.
I think those are both good picks. I think I can't really say a whole lot about the Cardinals because I feel like I just agree with that. Mm-hmm. So maybe just bias. I think the only thing I say about Miami is that right now it is about like what they do in the draft. Whereas they could surely nail it. You know what I mean? I can't put that. But the one thing I think about that, the little X factor, if we don't have OTAs, that means we won't have rookie camp because that happened before OTAs. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard, I think, to come in and just be ready to start this year if that happened. Go ahead.
And also to add to that, I mean, it's going to be players that's going to fall and drop to players that, I mean, you shouldn't have and should have because you can't do it. So it's like it's a positive, negative in both situations.
Yeah, I do agree with that, though. I do agree with that. I was just saying that to you the other day.
I feel as though it's in the whoever your organization is, it's like, you got to do your research. Whoever does the best research, I mean, this is
right. Because whoever's sleeping, they're in trouble this year.
Yeah, one of the best drafts we had in a while, man. It's a lot of deep players, receivers, tackles, offensive linemen. So,
yep,
we're gonna see what's going on.
I wish it was more pass rushers.
Like Wayne said, who's gonna be smart in this draft for real?
I know who will, but we ain't gonna go there.
Oh, the Packers.
You know I'm talking about the purple. You know I'm talking about the purple. But I give y'all some respect. I give y'all some love. I think the Giants gonna do well too, though. To be honest. All right. So look. With that being said, man, especially when you're talking about like the Dolphins, because I've been thinking about this, places for Cam to go. Like, what is going on with this whole Cam situation? Some people are floating the Dolphins saying that they might, you know, they definitely will take a quarterback in this draft, but maybe they let that quarterback sit behind Cam Newton or something. I would really like that. I would like your Dolphins making the playoff prediction a lot more if that happened. But just when it comes to that, man, like, Cam has given so much to this league, such a good player. Why they doing Cam like that? When you see, I thought you wanted to hop on that.
I can't really say why they doing Cam like that. I mean, like, I am a Cam supporter, and I really feel as though Cam needs to go to the best situation possible. I mean, he's been dealing with injuries, like on top of injuries. So it's like, you don't want to you can't blame the organization. You can't blame Cam. It's just like his body and how the style of play that he plays is like, but I mean, come on, man. Any organization, if whoever he goes to, every team in the division is scared. So it's like you're gonna hop on Cam. Everybody's playing. I mean, 'cause like I said, we're in this time of day. Like you can't bring in Cam to do physical, so you don't know his full health. Like you're basically going off of what these doctors are saying, which aren't your doctors. So it's like you're not gonna take that, especially when you're these billion-dollar corporations and you're. I mean, it's like he's the face of your franchise. At the end of the day, it's Cam Newton. He's not gonna be anybody's backup. I mean, and if he is a backup, it's the backup to start. So I mean,
yeah. What you got to say?
I mean, I definitely agree with Wayne. I mean, the way Cam is, I always say he got that, Magic Johnson smile, all that shit like that. So he is the face of a franchise. You know what I mean? Me personally, the best place for me, I think he will be able to fit is San Diego. I mean, of course they got, T-Mobile out there and Tyrod Taylor, but
I didn't like how they both was in that picture together, practicing together. Like, come on, man. Like, he might take his job. It's like the dynamics
it could happen.
It
could happen, yo. But like the weapons they have over there from Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, what's the tight end?
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you put Cam over there with that defense who's already stout with, Derwin James coming back from injury, Bosa, what's my other man on the other side of Bosa? Ingram. Melvin Ingram, you know what I'm saying? It's like if Cam was to go there, my boy, Casey Hayward, you know what I'm saying? Ex-Packer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the defense is already set, you know what I mean? And the offense is set except for quarterback right here. Kind of in the same situation of Jameis where really Phillip Rivers hindered them from doing what they were supposed to do because they had, and then last year they had Melvin Gordon, where right now we'll see what Austin Eckler can do without Melvin Gordon, but
it looked like he can do quite a lot to me.
A whole lot. He was on my fantasy team, by the way, so
but hey, don't bring that up though.
However, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why they doing Cam like this. He's an MVP. He you look at him, 6'5", 230, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? The top 100, which we love to watch all the time. He was like,
he was number one.
He was number one. Yeah, MVP he was number one among players like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't understand why they doing him like that. But
here's the thing:
he needs to be picked up for sure.
This is what I'm gonna bounce back at y'all. When you go first or whatever, right? Is that it was very vague for the audience. Why they doing Cam like that? But a little bit more specifically, like. Y'all don't blame the organization at all for the way that they handled it. Whenever Cam has to come out there and say, you know what I mean?
Oh, I really blame organization because this is what I mean. Like they leave you out to dry. Like I mean, we were just getting these. I mean, come on, man. It's Cam Newton. We get an IG post from them saying like we're giving him the chance to go explore opportunities. Like, come on. Like, I mean, this man he bleeds whatever that color blue is for the Panthers. He bleeds it like Cam.
Carolina blue.
Blood, sweat, and tears. He bleeds it, It's like, you can't do Cam like that. They just posted saying they were going to keep him. I mean, like, it's like the same thing you do with Rosen. You say you're going to keep him, and then you draft Kyler Murray.
It's worse because it's Cam damn Newton.
Yeah, I know. It's Cam Newton. It's like he just won the MVP. But, I mean...
The Black Panther. I feel like nobody uses that enough. He's a Black Panther.
But go ahead. When has Carolina showed us different from the Steve Smith to the Josh Norman to Cam? The organization continues to show us that they top players that they have at heart. They not really caring for real.
Oh, come on, man. That's not so true because you know where that's coming from. The Steve Smith and the Josh Norman got cut from my damn Giants where we got rid of Odell Beckham. We were going to keep talent, but we got rid of talent. So it's like, I don't know. It's not the same
Gettleman ain't there anymore, but I would argue that Devin got a point that it's still a similar move that like just kind of just letting people go like it's nothing.
Exactly, because when Josh Norman first left the Panthers, his first year with the Redskins, maybe even second, he was killing. When Steve Smith went to y'all, he was your number one receiver. You know what I'm saying? So
those players still had something left.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Come on, I'm a Giants fan, but also I would give Dave Gettleman gets a 1-for-1 because Steve Smith, he did go to the Ravens. He was productive. He was a leader. But Josh Norman, come on. Hey, you tell me.
Nah, those first couple years was decent.
The first year,
the first year was
too.
okay. The second year was good.
He did good with the Redskins.
And that was
Redskins.
it, though. Yeah, that was
Where's
it,
Josh
though.
Norman?
At home?
Nah, he got picked up by somebody.
Oh, he got picked up?
I think he did. I think he got picked up by somebody.
We don't even know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody
But
knows.
that's now, though.
He on quarantine. He was quarantining before.
Yeah. That's now. That's now. But
Corona came.
even with that, like it's you ask Josh Norman, you ask Steve Smith how the Panthers handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Smith on NFL Network just put up a Carolina Panthers helmet due to the fact of how they treated him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they may have been over the hill, whatever the case may be. However,
And to your point, though, they did the same thing to Norman that they did to Cam, where he was supposed to come back.
yeah.
And then they just let him go.
Yeah.
You might be on to something
All we kept hearing was, hey, if
that
Cam
they
is
don't
healthy, he
respect their
good.
players that much.
All we hear is if Cam is healthy, he's our starting quarterback. That's all we kept hearing.
Although they were in a conundrum, like y'all said before. Like, as much as he's getting hurt, he's on a damn losing streak. That's like what spanned how many games? Like, he has like the longest losing streak in the league amongst quarterbacks. So they had some legit reasons to be like, we don't know if we going here, but it seems like they handled it wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all agree?
But we'll see. I mean, Ron Rivera did run that man to the ground. I ain't gonna say nothing else about that.
So let me.
I
So
wish I would have got to see Josh Norman with Ron Rivera.
it wasn't true.
Yeah.
So Cam will be where next year?
He should be San Diego to me.
San Diego.
He should be San Diego.
I'm gonna tell you, I want him to go to New England. He shouldn't go to San Diego only because I view San Diego as a
Hey, I'm
spot.
sorry. We keep saying San Diego. It's LA.
Okay,
True.
yes, I'm
True,
sorry.
true,
LA, because I
Showing
feel as
our
though
age.
they are a team that's looking at Tyrod Taylor as a bridge gap quarterback. They want a young quarterback that they can groom into being a starter. I mean, Justin Herbert is a guy right there for me. I mean, I don't know, or Tua. Like I see them trading up or doing something, but I don't see the Chargers going. I really see it being the Patriots. I mean, the Dolphins. Like I said, I don't want Cam to go to the Dolphins because I see Fitzmagic holding it down for one more year until Tua is healthy. You know, so
It just breaks my heart though, because it's like you got Cam out there. We all know Jameis threw 30 picks. That's all everybody likes to talk about.
30 for 30 club.
But
stop that. 33 touchdowns and 30 picks.
right, it wasn't even.
And,
you like to say that.
7 pick sixes.
That's a lot. But at the same time, we saw Mike Glennon go to the Bears and get like a king's ransom. You know what I'm
With
saying?
Nick Foles.
How many times did the boy from the Texans bounce around getting big contracts?
Matt Shaw's still in Atlanta.
What's
he?
that one kid name though?
Texans?
Actually went from the Broncos to the Texans. Osweiler. How many big contracts did he get?
I agree.
How many big contracts did Sam Bradford get just
agree.
bouncing around the
I
league?
agree.
But you got 2 first-round, top 3 picks on the market that can't get a job. See, man, I don't like to go there, but this may be like, yo, what the hell?
I know. Listen. Me being a Packer fan, I just knew he was going to go to the Bears. And I knew it was going to be trouble for us.
Who, Foles?
No, Cam.
Oh, you just figured.
Yeah, I'm like,
They definitely gonna bring him in.
now everything happened. Then they go ahead and get Nick Foles, which we'll see. But if it was Cam, I'm worried. So to your point, which I can see where he was leading to.
You know where I'm leading to.
I agree.
And hold on, can I stop this? I feel as though the time we are in is these Cam, we have to see his physical. We have to bring him in to our doctors and see how healthy he is. I can't go off of what somebody was saying. And Jameis Winston.
I agree with that.
Come on. Did he get LASIK yet? We have to see. So we don't even know. He has to get surgery.
I never
the
brought up
thing
Jameis
is-
Winston. I never brought him up.
But I did because at the same time, when a first-round quarterback is a free agent off of his first contract, they almost always get a second
contract.
chance.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it typically is starter money. Even if they brought into a situation where it's like, oh, you're going to compete for this job, they end up getting a contract, especially if they have physical gifts.
Right.
Jameis didn't get hurt last year. Yeah, he threw 30 interceptions, but one year he was trading starts with what is his damn name? Fitzpatrick, who was throwing. If Fitzpatrick would have started that whole season, he probably would have threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
Fitzmagic is Fitzmagic.
Right, but so it's just kind of like, how come some guys get chance after chance after chance, and these guys can't get
Mariota
one?
also is on the team, by the way.
Honestly,
And Jameis Winston's career is a lot better than Mariota's.
I mean, but
True.
Mariota is going to a team where he's also going to be battling with Derek Carr. So, I mean, like this is tough situation.
But that's what I'm saying. You normally get at least a chance.
But listen, honestly, in this time, I mean, any situation these quarterbacks go to, you're going to be battling with somebody to start. But then also, it's like you can't fault the organization. It's like, would I rather sign Cam for? I mean, Cam is not taking anything under $25 million. Or do I roll with Stidham, who's making, how much is he making, and build on what I could do with him?
But you can afford Cam. If you talking
about
Stidham,
you gotta be affordable.
You gotta.
At this point,
I mean, I understand that, but
wasn't Cam one of the highest paid players at one point?
Don't get me the line because I don't follow contracts
I
like that.
He got paid a lot of money at one point.
I agree, but I just feel like if you feel like you could win with what you have, I mean, why pay up? I mean, if you don't feel as though he can bring success to your organization, I mean, anybody like Cam is going to bring positive because, I mean, you're going to bring the fan base. I mean, he's going to bring, he's going to sell tickets. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, why don't you sign Cam? Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're an organization that's going to be like, I mean, besides these certain teams, it's like, who's going to be a playoff team and who's just going to be playing for playing to play. So it's like, if you can just put Cam on your team and sell tickets, I mean, Cam is going to sell tickets and he's going to put that winning attitude. Every teammate of Cam loves him. That's why it's crazy that they let him go or how they did him, because but
he still don't have a job. All that being said, he still doesn't have a job. And I'm not, y'all know me, I'm not really a Kaepernick guy, so I'm not implying that level of collusion or whatever. But I'm saying it's real crazy to me that 2 first-round top 3 picks, both selected.
One's got a MVP on his belt.
Right. If I'm not, I've been saying top 3.
And the Super Bowl.
Right. Has played in the Super Bowl.
The only thing
Jameis Winston was number 1 overall pick,
yeah,
right? Yeah, so not even top 3. Both number 1 overall picks.
The only way when I look at the situations and it's like, it's crazy to me. Yeah, I agree at a certain point because like, Cam is coming off these ankle injuries and shoulder injuries.
And foot.
Hold on, we don't need. Yeah, exactly. And we don't even know how healthy he is. But also, we know Nick Foles is coming off a serious injury. So it's like, I mean, they gave him a contract. You don't know how he's going to hold up. I mean, I agree that he should definitely.
Yeah, somebody should be out there at least kicking the tire, just like Cam. We'll give you X amount of money. We'll only guarantee half because we don't know if you hurt or not. But like, we'll take the shot because you Cam Newton.
Yeah, at least
I want to see Cam.
At least you have to at least like Cam Newton's like credentials and he's an MVP. He's a former MVP. Right. That should make you, if you're a contending team, any team in your division, you don't want him to be on that team. If your quarterback if you feel as though your quarterback isn't as good as Cam, because he can beat you. So it's like,
if you look at his credentials alone, you would be shocked that that's a guy that's sitting in free agency right now. Even with some of the variables, somebody has to be willing to take a chance. But I mean, it's just not there. But I mean, we're gonna kind of stay on this subject in a sense because we're gonna hit y'all finally with some Dak talk, the Dak contract talk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be 100 about it. Wink wanted to talk about this. I want to hear, you know what I mean? Like what is the Dak, what is sticking in your craw about this Dak contract situation, player?
Oh man, this is crazy because I'm a Giants fan, so it's like I see him 2 games a year. Like I see him. I watch this man progress. I mean, what do you want from your quarterback? You get rookie of the year. You know what I mean? You go to Pro Bowl to Pro Bowl. Everything that you've done, you've been doing at low ball price. Everything you've done. He's been doing everything that $20-30 million quarterbacks are getting, and he's getting paid. Man, listen, this is 4th year. Ask me how much Dak Prescott has made.
I don't know.
Like $4 million, I think. Something like that, $4 million.
So $1 million a year, a little bit more, you know what I mean? Because it was a little bit more. But it's like crazy. Like, I don't understand how you can do this, man, like this. Like, I understand you're saying you're giving him this money where you're paying him to be the highest quarterback in the year, like 34, 33, 32. I mean, that doesn't even matter. Like, you can give me $26, $27 million and give me all my fully guaranteed money, and I am happy with that. Like,
hey, bro.
Go ahead.
We don't know what Dak is asking for, which is the thing that makes it hard conversation to have. So, like, what you gonna say?
No, I'm saying, yeah, we don't know, but all we do know is what's being leaked, and we know Dak isn't saying nothing. He's saying nothing.
Yeah, Dak is totally quiet on this.
So these reports are coming from who? So it's like we know these people are with
but
Jerry Jones.
We don't even have reports yet that say what it is that Dak might be asking for. So we don't really know anything from the Dak camp. All we know is he's turned down stuff, but we don't know what he's asking for.
Exactly. But we do know is that at the combine, they said that we want Dak to take a hometown discount. So when you put that out there, then you're basically making the media feel sympathy for you. So it's like, so now we're like, Dak won't take a lowball price. I was like, you've been lowballing this man his whole career. Not lowballing because it's like, this is what you should have did this last year. You put yourself in this situation. It's like Dak lived up to his contract, and you're basically, if you would have did it last year, you could have got him at $28 million, and you would have had him for 3-4 more years, and you would have been good. You messed yourself up in your organization, so now you want to make Dak look like the bad guy in this situation.
Well, look, he more than overachieved as far as the contract goes. But I want to rein this in with a question. Devin, how much is too much for Dak Prescott? Is he worth it? Because I feel like I know where Wink coming from.
My thing for Dak is, does he deserve it? Yes, I think he deserves it. But is he worth it? No, he's not. You know what I'm saying? It's so quick how we forget that.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask you to run that back real quick. Because I think I like that little soundbite.
I will say I agree. I'm understanding, but it said it's the market. Mm-hmm. This man is 26 years old.
Mm-hmm. Who's next? Dak is next.
Who's next? It's like you have to give him his money. Like if you lowball Dak, then it hurts the next man. So Dak has to not only do this for himself, but to do it for all his people behind him.
I hear that. And I want to hear that tidbit again. Mm-hmm. Did he say he deserve it, but he not worth it?
That's what I'm
saying.
That how you put it? Exactly. Dak deserves the money. He's just not worth it, yo. Again, hey, talk. Wink, like I said, Wink's a Giants fan. I'm a Packers fan. Of course, Kev is a Ravens fan. He made the playoffs twice, right? Since he's been the quarterback.
Don't give me the line.
Do we forget who his running back is? I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is top 3.
So that's a strike against him. Okay.
Running back in the league. You know what I'm saying? Behind again, you boys, the Ravens won before this year, like a year or two ago, the best line in the league. Of course, you lost Frederick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
Tyron
gone.
Smith can't stay healthy within the past 2-3 years.
True.
However, Dak just now threw for what? 4,900? 5?
He was second in the league.
Yeah, and yardage. Before this,
almost broke Dallas' passing record, I believe.
You know what I'm saying? Real quick. So
Duncan Dak. Come on.
Also, a lot of them numbers came trying to catch up.
But I say that's the funny thing about the Dak argument, though, because that's why I wanted to take it there. Because like from hearing what you're saying, right? It's like I feel like everybody feels like, okay, they should give Dak whatever he's asking for. But what if he's asking for what we all seem to agree he doesn't, he shouldn't get? Because it's one thing to slot himself with everybody else, but if he slots with the best of the best.
He doesn't, though.
But what if he wants that kind of contract?
Okay, but listen. We can sit around here and how many years has Dak proven himself? Ryan Tannehill went out there in 8 games with Derrick Henry, the number 1 running back at the end of the season, and got $63 million fully guaranteed. We just saw Kirk Cousins get extended for $84 million. Like,
guaranteed?
come on. Like, so my thing is, if you put these...
So what should Dak get?
Yeah. So
Dak shouldn't be the top paid.
Then what should he get?
So that's my question to you. Let me ask you two
25,
this.
28.
No. Let me ask you two
$1 million
this.
a year?
Let me ask you two this. Is Dak Prescott better than Ryan Tannehill?
Yes. Next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So all right.
But also, I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
The Cowboys can't. I don't know if they can, honestly, because I don't have
They have the cap
They have the
space.
space.
They do.
Especially with
That's what's crazy about it, though.
Especially with Travis Frederick leaving, they got some money there. Because if you also, I heard some quick shit the other day. Like, the Cowboys are paying a lot of people top notch at their position.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? From not only just defense, that offensive line. Again, Ezekiel Elliott is top 3 in the league running back. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He
Top
up
5.
there.
He deserves his money.
I'm with
you know
that.
what I'm saying? So to me, he is deserving of his money. I just don't think he's worthy of his money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We'll pay the man is all I'm saying.
What say you, Wink?
So listen, I agree because Travis Frederick, it was like a total loss for the Cowboys. Not only did they lose like dead cap, you didn't gain any savings from him really because you lost like 13 million dead cap.
So they didn't get any cap.
You gained like you in the savings they gained from him was like 500,000. So it's like you basically lost like 12 million from just losing the player. So it's like, but my thing is when Zeke came up for the contract, where was he at? In Cabo, right?
Working out.
And he got the highest paid probably at his position, right?
It's been 1 year, I believe, so far. He hasn't at least got 1,200 yards in 4 years. And that year, he was suspended. He was suspended that year. He didn't get at least, I think, 1,200 yards. I might be wrong, but it's up there.
All right, and I think
2 All-Pros also.
You talking about Zeke?
Zeke, that is.
And I think like, man, you probably went out there last year and got as many sacks as DeMarcus Lawrence. And did he get like
$100 million?
And he was almost paid at his highest position, and he was crying, complaining about the coach. Basically, like, come on, you gotta. When you get paid that money, you put it on yourself. You hold yourself accountable, and then you put it on your team. Like basically,
I truly feel like y'all doing the same thing that Skip be doing. Where it's like, I hear what y'all saying. Like, we know what he's not worth. We kind of feel like we know what he's deserved, but still, how much money should he get paid?
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're paying Jalen Smith. I love Jalen Smith, and I feel like he worked his way back from that injury to deserve his money. But it's like we're paying everybody on the Cowboys, but the quarterback. It's like
all right,
I don't care.
So do this for me. Look it up. How much is Tannehill making? And tell me based on that, Tannehill and them, where what should he make?
Let me ask you this. What do you think Tannehill's going to do next year?
I don't know.
Do you think Tannehill's going to be better than Prescott?
No.
So the Titans made a mistake.
But sorry, so if he making 64 million, guaranteed, then what should that get?
Making 84 on top
then
of what he's
all right, so based on those two, tell me what his guarantee should be.
Let me ask this question. He keep bringing Kirk Cousins. Who should be paid more, Kirk Cousins or Dak Prescott?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Who should be paid more? You know what I mean? Like,
who should be paid more? Because we got Wick over here.
They damn near got almost the same team.
And this is where I'm at. I don't care what you say.
Maybe.
Don't they got like the same team?
I don't care what you say
build.
you're going to give him like based on per year, like 34, 33, because you could always basically say you're going to give him.
Yeah, so the guarantee.
And take it away. Because that's what Jerry knows to do. Like, you want to give him a longer contract. So basically you could be like, after the fifth year, it don't really mean nothing. Every contract in NFL, man, honestly means your first 2 to 3 years. Honestly, your first 2 years. You want to get your guaranteed money.
Which Kirk Cousins is doing. He's doing 3-year deals, all guaranteed.
Him and the OG cornerback did. What's my man's name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Darrell Reeves.
Right.
Get your guaranteed short.
Exactly.
And can I tell you, as a Giants fan, I love what Dak Prescott's on because what he's doing is he's hurting the Cowboys. At the end of the day, I love and hate the situation because I feel he deserves his money. But it's like, if you keep extending him on this franchise tag, this year is $36 million. That's what they're saying. But you don't know if it's going to drop. Next year, it could be 40-something million. So it's like, at some time, why didn't you just give this man, if you're going to be paying him $70 million to the 2 years, why didn't you just give him?
Exactly.
But the other thing also is, we just saw that Deshaun Watson is looking at almost got to get $40 million a year.
He is?
Deshaun Watson is going to get $40 million a year next year.
They say that about Pat Mahomes.
Deshaun Watson is in the same class. He's gonna. If
but he got a Super Bowl.
He'll get 38.
That's crazy.
What has Deshaun Watson done that Dak hasn't done?
Nah, man. Because
I like
if
Deshaun
y'all
Watson a lot
saying
more.
that Kirk Cousins got 84.
Oh, yeah.
Then you pretty much telling me that Dak is worth around 80 million guaranteed for
So you
about.
put Dak
Nah,
below
but
Kirk.
that's not what. That's on top of already his.
I think they're about the
guarantee.
same guy.
That's on top of his guarantee money. So he's basically making like 130 guarantee total.
I think that Dak should sign something 3 or 4 years where he makes
That's what he wants.
about 30 to 33 million a year. So maybe like 3 years, 99 million or some shit.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just, to me, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because like, I feel like everybody has an idea that like Dak is good enough, but not great enough.
Ezekiel,
but nobody answers the question.
My whole argument of all this is you have, if you look at everything, my whole thing also when it comes to quarterbacks is on most positions, you take them out of that position, what else you got around you? We talk about that with Brady all the time. Aaron Rodgers, who's, the GOAT, the best of all time. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at shit like that, he had the offensive line. He has, which was paid for, the defensive line. Sean Lee, Vanderbatch, Byron Jones.
He don't.
So you're saying he ain't do nothing with all of that?
But then you go back to Ezekiel Elliott, yo. And honestly, I don't know why Amari Cooper. Me and Wink had this conversation the other day. How did Amari Cooper get $100 million?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I don't understand that.
That's the frustration I have.
You gotta pay Dak if you paying Amari Cooper $100 million. That's why I'm saying he don't deserve it.
But give it to him.
But he worth it, though.
That's what y'all pretty much saying. He don't deserve it, but give him the money.
At the end of the day, to answer your question, I believe Dak wants a contract in the range of 3 years, 4 years. Jerry wants a 5 years, 6 years, so you can basically prorate it and basically keep throwing money on the back end.
Where you can have
but Dak is looking
like
at the CBA and looking like, man, it's ready to come up. And if I take a 3-year contract, I'm going to get all my money coming up, and then we'll be able to renew. Because the whole thing is the cap is continuously going up. Like it's never has not gone up.
Hey, Corona got everything going down.
Yeah, I agree. But
go down.
Hey, but listen,
the way the NFL kept itself in the headlines, they still getting that.
Tannehill is neither deserving or worthy of the money he got.
Right? Yeah.
So that's the thing. Also,
and also segue. The draft isn't in Vegas, but is the draft still happening?
Hell yeah.
In every other sport, everything else is stopping. But is in NFL still? Is it stopping? No, that's the only sport that's basically still going with the draft. MLB,
September they're gonna be out on the field, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
September come, they're gonna be trotting out on that field.
Yeah, the NFL is good with that too, marketing, all that stuff. And it's Dak, yo. I just don't. That's the thing with Jerry Jones. I don't understand. Like you pay Amari Cooper $100. Me and you talk about how he'll be the best number 2 if he was to join the Packers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he'll be one of the best number 2s in the league, of course. Besides who else I'm thinking? Besides like Godwin and Mike Evans and whoever else I can't think of right now. But to pay that man $100 million where he can't stay healthy, there's reports about him giving up in games and on plays. But you're not paying Dak, who hasn't missed a game, who just does what he's supposed to do, yo. I mean, get that man his money. He just, And to
add to that, man, like you said, this man, I mean, I don't take away from Amari because Amari shows, all day, every day at home, he shows up. But on the road, I mean, you find me a missing poster for Amari Cooper. You know what I mean? It's like, for Dak threw for 49, he could do for the 5,500 yards if you'd have had Amari Cooper showing up for half those games. So it's like, come on, man. Like Dak deserves everything. This man has missed one practice in his whole career, and it made headlines. Come on, man. Like
that's the thing. I think Dallas
was a playoff game. That's why I also want to make headlines.
I think Dallas, though, I think they be getting overrated, though.
It's America's quote unquote, I don't believe it, team still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to get.
I feel like everybody that plays well for them, you really only need one good year for Dallas, and then you've become a good player. And then I think it puts it out there that like, okay, they should be a Super Bowl team, or Dak has all this talent around him. I don't know. At the end of the day, I think Dak is a good quarterback, and whatever happens, I don't even know if I give a damn. But we'll see what happens. I mean, like, for real, because the one thing I'm going to always hold against Dak is he ruined Dez Bryant's career, and Dez Bryant is my boy.
We talk about that.
But then at the same time...
Or did Dez Bryant ruin his career? Because ever since Dak had Amari, he's been turning it up. So
but that had Amari a year.
But it's a whole different style, because Amari Cooper is a good route runner, and it's easier to see his numbers in that space between, and Dak likes that. But Dez is a guy whose body positioning and things of that nature, where it takes Dak being comfortable with just making that throw. And honestly, I think it also was just going to take Dak to get better, because I think Michael Gallup is closer to Dez than what a Cooper is, and Michael Gallup is getting the ball. So maybe it was just the wrong time for Dez, man.
Dez?
Yeah, my thing.
Hey, Dez can come to Baltimore. If you hear this right now, hey, Dez, come to the city, boy.
Come to Green Bay anytime. Like we talked before, you got to toss it up to Dez.
Yeah, man.
And Dak needs you to get open.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, to your point, Amari's a route runner. Just toss it up to Dez. As the non-catch might have been a catch, he went over the top. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what he known for, big hands.
The cornerback we had, who he went over the top?
Packers corners, they're just so easy to forget. They just Packers corners are so easy to forget.
Yeah, except for Elway.
It was one.
Sam Shields a corner now.
He was your corner.
Yeah.
So, hey man, with that being said, you had something to add?
No. I was just saying, you got to pay Dak, man. There's no way,
yes, you do.
no how you don't pay Dak, because I mean, he deserves it.
Well, we'll see what happens. So I mean, with that being said, man, want to thank everybody who listened, who made it through the whole hour with us. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fun. We do stuff like this all the time without all of y'all listening. So we just appreciate anybody who wants to be the fly on the wall for this. And we're going to do it some more, obviously. So just ride with us. More player breakdowns, more podcasts, more this, that, and the other. Music, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all going to be riding with us. It's going to be a long ride. You feel me? So look, go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and sign off, man. This is your boy Kev, man. Once again, thank y'all.
It's your boy Wink.
That's your boy Dab, man. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.